Hey, are you okay in there?
Go away.
Well, tell me what happened.
I just wrecked an interview and I didn't even get an offer.
Wow, that's rough. Who was it with?
It doesn't matter. I didn't have what they wanted, so they politely hung up. And I even later got an email that they're going with someone else.
Well, did you give them any stars?
Stars? This is for a software position, not the teacher at some planetarium.
No, listen, star means situation, task, action, and results. It means instead of saying, well, I know React and hoping it's what they're looking for, you try to think of a problem or experience where you solve the problem. For example, you're given a situation, you figure out what the tasks were to carry out, what are the actions you did, and then finally, what were the results from that? It's a great way to demonstrate your problem-solving skills to the recruiter.
Well, I hadn't thought of that. I guess that makes sense. Well, they asked me if I knew Angular, and I said no.
See, perfect example right there. Remember last year how you built that React-based website? Instead of telling the recruiter that you didn't know Angular,
But I just built the website with React.js. My manager told me that React site was actually profitable.
yup, that would have been better to share.
Yeah? Why?
As engineers, we don't just build things. We're building things to help a business turn a profit. Showing that you understand that really signals that you're no longer a junior developer just carrying out somebody else's marching orders. Instead, you're senior grade material. You understand how engineering feeds the business, and you realize that with no business, there would be no engineering.
Where did you learn all this?
Well, I read 12 Rules for Pro Coders. It's a book for pro developers that are really serious about their career, and they want to learn everything they can that really they weren't able to cover in either their university or their boot camp program.
Maybe I should grab a copy of that book. It would have helped me a lot for that interview.
The important thing is to learn. I know the economy is having some bumps and the tech sector is getting hit pretty hard, but it's possible to find a position in a company that is able to leverage your skills and talents. You just need to take some time to sit down and list them, what all your experiences and your skills are. Go ahead and list some scenarios that you were involved in where you really did a good job. And then in your next interview, look for opportunities to plug them. I had an interview where they indicated they needed scalable training at a huge scale. Well, I'd already developed at my old position documentation in a lot of different flavors, and I'd worked on building all their continuous integration pipelines. So I shared all these stories indicating my experience, and they got really excited about that.
Why doesn't anybody talk about this stuff? There's plenty of content out there on how to build web controllers and forms and authenticating with JWT and OAuth and what have you, but no one seems to be talking about this kind of stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I used to work for a company, and every interview that we did at that outfit, we shared with the candidates that we were looking for these stars.
Well, based on what you just said, I'm wondering if I should have shared that time that I helped our team leader reorganize the Google Drive. I went through and unified all the file names so they would sort nicely. I came up with a consistent naming system, and I even updated the folder structure so that it better aligned with our team efforts in the different departments.
That's a great example. Not everything we do is pure coding. They're not just looking for a code slinger. There's lots of things that they need your talents to do. Imagine if you could learn the tech stack they're working on, and you're good at growing team efficiency, and you do something else like make YouTube videos. They'd be getting a triple benefit if they hired you.
So what you're saying is I need to make it irresistible for them to hire me. I need to show them all my skills and show how that could tie into what they're looking for.
Exactly.
But what if I don't like the team?
Well, that's a risk. You need to be asking them questions while they're asking you questions. It's only fair. What's their culture like? How often do they meet? Do they have team building events? If it's a remote assignment, how often are you going to have to travel? Is it, every other week, every once a month, maybe once or twice a year? This is stuff for you to ask about to learn what kind of team they have.
I did start writing that software book last year. Should I mention that?
Absolutely. What is their take on that? If you're writing a book or you write a blog column on Medium or something like that, what's their reaction to it? Some teams may not like that at all. Other teams may say, that's fantastic, and look at that as an opportunity to get the word out there, because they're going to understand that in your writing, the fact that you helped this outfit out is probably going to pop up here and there. And it's a great way to spread the word. You need to find out if what you want to do gels with what they want to do. Well, when I chatted with the vice president during a set of interviews, I shared with him some of the things that I create, and he was actually excited. He wished that more people would do that kind of stuff. And that's almost as important as the work itself.
Check them out while they're checking me out. Well, I think I know what to do. I need to go make some notes in a Google Doc, tabulate my skill set, maybe list some of the biggest situations that I dealt with. But before doing that, I think I'm going to go grab a copy of that book you just mentioned. It really sounds handy.
That's great. Before you do that, though, you may want to watch this video where you can find even more actionable advice to accelerate your career.